Well, I'll see you later. Any questions, you know how to get a hold of me, right?
Yep, my name's Inspector Bob, so. Yep.
Thank you. Go up.
Thank you.
Come on now, you know what it is. Another episode. Here comes the good part. The last episode, I was reflecting on the prior week, which was pretty rough, but I'm back to work. I'm tied up what I had to tie up. I took care of the things I needed to take care of. So now I'm on to the next steps. I'm about to redo my bathroom. I'm doing that. Interior designer designed it. I'm doing some physical labor. It had wallpaper in here. I'll try to put a picture in right here so you can see what it looked like if I have one. It was pretty hideous. Wallpaper is really silly, man, but I just had to go rent a wallpaper steamer and take that down. So that's a whole thing. I got stuff on my chin. So now I gotta sand it, mud it, even it out, all that good stuff. So learning process, but I ain't mad at it. I'm kind of excited about it. Today's episode though, let you guys in on my fire inspection, which you typically get once everything is settled, installed, done. But this episode is about two things: entrepreneurship, about time management, and not being fearful of what you don't know. So let's talk about the first part, time management. So I had a conversation with one of my friends years and years ago, and he was like, he had gave entrepreneurship a shot, and he didn't like it because he said he didn't want to be responsible and accountable for other people in that way. And that it didn't resonate with me, and I was a lot more immature then, so I just instantly got mad at him in my mind, like, what are you talking about? Like, you got the chance to be your own boss, why wouldn't you? Like, that's a small thing, having to tell people what to do, but it's not for everybody. And now that I'm older and much more mature and has more wins and losses when it comes to business, I understand it better. And it is a thing to have to be responsible for other people, but it also being responsible for yourself. So at my full-time job, I've been there for now 12 years, right? In a few months, it'll be 12 years. At the 8-year mark, I wanted to leave at 10 years, but I didn't have an exit strategy. So right around the 8-year mark, I was just coming out of the whole party promotion situation. That didn't go the way I wanted it to. So my buddies and I were entrepreneurs off that, figuring my stuff out, and I had my clothing line. So that was going like kind of okay, but I knew I could do better. And I was like, yo, I gotta be more responsible for myself. And that starts with what I do every day, which is go to work. So I had to start managing my time. So I made myself my boss of my cubicle. And that really helped me. I was like, yo, you treat what they say, how you do anything is how you do everything. So I was like, let me treat my job as if I was an entrepreneur, as if it was everything I had, and let these habits that I build from this day-to-day job spill over into my side hustle, as they say. So I did that. I started regulating the time that I went to work. I'm blessed to have such a flexible schedule, but I kept myself to a schedule, managed doing that schedule, doing overtime, so on and so forth, handling projects, doing tasks, writing professional emails to my management, which is another thing about time management I'll get to in a second. But learning how to level my game up in my cubicle it has 2 years ago or 3 years ago now, maybe 4. So 2015, so yeah, about 4 or 5 years ago, I started making myself a lot more accountable and responsible for me. Now that means I can run my business. So if you want to be an entrepreneur or self-employed, or you know somebody that wants to do that, take your time seriously. And if somebody else is saying and they want your support and you don't see them taking their time seriously, then you just got to hold off on how much support you give them until they start showing you that they're willing to make the sacrifices to manage their time better to be an entrepreneur or self-employed. It is the biggest deal. Time is money, man. I keep saying it over and over again throughout this here docuseries. Another thing about the time management, going back to what I was saying about the whole boss of my own cubicle, writing the professional emails, when you control your time, you can see things coming down the pipeline, things that are going to be in your schedule next week, the week after, next month or so. I can let my managers know. Now they don't know my personal business and what I do outside of my job, but if I can correspond with them, take care of my task ahead of time, or even if I come up short, if I let them know, they feel way more comfortable with me as an employee. They give me more lenience on certain projects and stuff like that. So that's just a heads up, man. Controlling your time, because other people are still counting on you, right? They're going to count on you through your entrepreneurial business. So if you're self-employed entrepreneur, your employees are going to count on you. Your clients are going to count on you, stuff like that. So being on time and time management is really important. Know that. Very important. On to the second thing. Now the second lesson is controlling your fears about not knowing what you don't know. Now, I'm admittedly, and my friends have had no problems reminding me that I am a low-key control freak. I'm not a tyrant or a dictator, I'm not a bully, but I'm very, very good at managing things that affect me. I control my space, my time and stuff pretty well. I can do better, but I do pretty well, and people can see it. And so I don't let anybody else bother that. But when things are outside of my control, it bothers me sometimes, and it makes me really nervous. And in this case, I'm responsible for a lot for this build out and for the future of this brand and business. So I have things that are out of my control, like health inspections and fire inspections. And so today was my fire inspection, and I actually rescheduled my health inspection because I knew I wasn't ready for that. Fire and safety, I didn't know so much about. So I was like, I'm not gonna stay scared, and I was scared they was gonna like tell me I had all these things wrong. So I said, I'm gonna shoot my shot, have them just come in. They either gonna shoot me down like, oh, you're not ready, we'll come back when you're done. Or hopefully I get a great person like I did today. And he said, you can't do this, you can't get the full inspection until everything is done, set up, swept clean, and ready to go. And then we check everything out. But I'm gonna give you a list of things to do. Now, that was big of me. I wanna give myself kudos for that, because I was like, man, let me just let him tell me what I did wrong, or let the inspector tell me what it is that I did wrong, or what I need to do right. And because I didn't do anything other than, start fixing it up. So that really paid off, because now I know exactly what I need to get right for inspection. I have so much more confidence now. Like, my face isn't in really bad shape. It's a few things I need to fix with the sprinkler system and stuff like that he's been schooling me on, as you can see in the episode in our meeting. So it was really, 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 really helpful, and just let me know that sometimes I can let things, I'm not going to control everything. Got to leave space for whatever else to happen in the universe, right? Let other people come in and do their job. I said I like to leave things to the pros, so I had the fire inspector come out, tell me what needed to be done. Now I'm a bit more knowledgeable on what it's like. I got made a new network connection, first name basis now with my fire inspector. So I'll call him. He'll be the one to come back to see me. And in the future, when I'm opening up other places in Baltimore, or one of my friends want to open a place, a storefront or something, I can refer them to my fire inspector guy who I know now. We had some small talk. I definitely learned how to get up my interpersonal skills. But it's really a big deal to learn how to not be scared of what you don't know, be aware of what you don't know, right? And then go get educated on it. So now I'm educated on what it takes to pass fire code. So it's a few unique things things that are unique to this space that are not proper or violation of the fire code that wouldn't normally happen. You see, I got the fire extinguisher sign right here, but I still got to get new fire extinguishers because the last business was years ago, so I need new ones. But I'm excited. Got the fire inspection done. I can check that off my list. I'm not almost done. I'm about halfway done my wall. So the wallpaper wall in the bathroom, which means I'm only like a quarter of the way finished the whole bathroom. So I'm about to get back to this wall. I gotta return this equipment that I rented from Home Depot, and I'm gonna holler at you guys on the next episode. Go back and watch all the other episodes. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Visit the website, the description, the link is in the bio, goodpart.co. And I think I'm on pace to open when I wanted to. But like I said, there are things out of my control, but now that I know better, I can speed up the pace and do it properly. Stay locked in. Good Part Company.